Today we are going to talk about the cardiac cycle. What is cardiac cycle? Cardiac cycle is the mechanical and electrical events of the heart that occur from the beginning of the one heartbeat to the beginning of the next. Once again, what is cardiac cycle? Cardiac cycle is electrical and mechanical events of the heart that occur from the beginning of the one heartbeat to the beginning of the next. Each cardiac cycle consists of two phases. One systolic phase which is the period of contraction of heart. One diastolic phase. One systolic phase and one diastolic phase. In diastolic phase, which is the period of relaxation of heart. Okay, each cardiac cycle consists of two phases. Systolic phase, which is the period of contraction of heart. The second one is diastolic phase, which is the period of relaxation of heart. Okay, the total duration of each cardiac cycle. The total duration of each cardiac cycle is the reciprocal of your heartbeat. For example, if your heartbeat is 72 beat per minute, then your duration of cardiac cycle is 1 by 72, that is 0.8. The cardiac cycle, the total duration of cardiac cycle is the reciprocal of heartbeat. In normal adult, the heartbeat is 72 beats per minute, then the duration of cardiac cycle is 0.8 seconds. Okay, if the heart rate is increases, when the heart rate is increases, what happens the duration of cardiac cycle? The duration of cardiac cycle will decreases, including systolic and diastolic phases. Right? Any doubt? Okay. Then we come to the different phases of the cardiac cycle. Okay, now we come to the different phases of the cardiac cycle. Okay, we start in the events in the left heart. This is your left heart, left atrium, left ventricle, and this is your aorta. Okay, the first phase is atrial systole. Atrial systole. Okay, right. Atrial systole. What happens in atrial systole? Okay, during atrial systole, the atrium will contract, right? The atrium will contract. During atrial systole, the atrium will contract and mitral valve become open. Mitral valve become open. During this time, the aortic valve is closed. Okay, during atrial systole, the atria is start to contracting and the mitral valve become open. At this time, the aortic valve will close. Right? Before the atrial contraction, about 80% of the ventricular filling is done. It means that when the atrial contraction occurs, it is just at 20% of the ventricular filling. Right? Okay. When the atrium starts contracting, the pressure in the left atrium is increases and produce a wave within the left atrium. That wave is called A wave. When left atrium start contracting, the pressure within the left atrium start going up. That pressure produce a wave within the atrium. That wave is called A wave. Okay. Another thing. When left atrium start contracting, the pressure in the left atrium increases and blood moves into the left ventricle. At that time, the pressure in the left atrium also transferred to the left ventricle. Right? Okay. At this time, what happens in the aortic valve? At this time, aortic valve will be closed because the pressure in the left ventricle is less than the pressure in the aorta. Okay? Okay, the next phase is ventricular systole. The ventricular systole is divided into isovolumetric contraction phase, maximum ejection phase, reduced ejection phase and a protodiastolic phase. First we will discuss the isovolumetric contraction phase. Isovolumetric contraction phase. Okay. At the initial part of the isovolumetric contraction phase, the mitral valve is open. And the aortic valve is closed. When ventricles start contracting, the pressure in the ventricle start going up. And when the pressure in the ventricle is greater than the pressure in the atrium, at that time mitral valve will close. So here ventricle become closed chamber and they contract as a closed chamber. The contraction in this phase is called isovolumetric contraction. The next phase is maximum ejection phase. Before I really go to the maximum ejection phase, I would like to talk one thing, that is during the ventricular contraction, the pressure in the ventricle is more, the pressure in the atrium is relatively low. So the blood is trying to go back to the atrium, especially the mitral valve is closed. So the blood is produce a bulging on the mitral valve. That bulge causes the slight increase the pressure in the atrium. That pressure produce another wave, that is C wave. C wave. Okay. When the during the ventricular contraction, the mitral valve is closed, the aortic valve is closed, the pressure in the ventricle is greater than the pressure in the atrium. So the blood is trying to go back to the atrium. The blood produce a bulging on the mitral valve. That bulge causes the slight variation in the pressure within the left atrium. That pressure produce another wave is called C wave. Okay. Then let's come to the maximum ejection phase. What happens in the maximum ejection phase? Okay, we already discussed the A wave. This is A wave, and we already discussed the another small wave, that is C wave. Okay. Then we come to the maximum ejection phase. maximum ejection phase. Okay, what happens in the maximum ejection phase? When the ventricular pressure is more than the aortic pressure. Normally the aortic pressure is 80 millimeter mercury. When the ventricular pressure become greater than the aortic pressure, that means greater than the 80 millimeter mercury, the aortic valve will open. The aortic valve will open and blood is very rapidly rushes into the aorta. What happens in the maximum ejection phase? During the ventricular contraction, the pressure in the ventricle reaches to the pressure in the aorta. The pressure in the ventricle is greater than the pressure in the aorta. The aortic valve becomes open and the blood is very rapidly rushes into the aorta. At this time, the aortic pressure also increases up to 120 millimeter mercury. Right? At this time, the left atrium still receiving the blood from the lungs. Right? And this produces a slight variation in the left atrial pressure, that is known as V wave. Okay, what is V wave? During the ventricular systole, the atrium still receiving the blood from the pulmonary vein. That blood causes the slight variation in the pressure in the normal left atrium. That pressure is called V wave. Okay. Then we come to the reduced ejection phase. What happens in the reduced ejection phase? Reduced ejection phase. During reduced ejection phase, the pressure in the ventricle is falling down and become slow ejection, right? When reduced ejection phase, the pressure in the ventricle is falling down and the ejection of the blood is slow. At that time, the pressure in the aorta also falling down. Right? This is reduced ejection phase. At this time, the left atrium still accumulating blood from the pulmonary veins. Okay? Then we come to the last stage of the ventricular systole, that is protodiastole. Protodiastole. Actually, this is the interval in which the ventricle start relaxing and the aortic valve not closed. This is a short interval in which the ventricles start contracting and aortic valve not closed. This period is called protodiastolic phase. This is very short interval during the ventricular systole, right? Okay. Then we come to the ventricular diastole. The ventricular diastole is divided into isovolumetric relaxation phase and rapid filling phase. Reduced filling phase, okay. The ventricular diastole is divided into isovolumetric relaxation phase, rapid filling phase and reduced filling phase. First we look at the isovolumetric relaxation phase. Isovolumetric relaxation phase. What happens in the isovolumetric relaxation phase? After the ventricular systole, about 40 to 50 ml of the blood remaining in the ventricle. After the ventricular systole, about 40 to 50 ml of blood remaining in the left ventricle. And at this time, the aortic and mitral valve become closed, right? So the left ventricle relaxes as a closed chamber, right? No change in the volume, no change in the shape. So this phase is called isovolumetric relaxation phase. Then the pressure in the ventricle also falls very much, right? During isovolumetric relaxation phase, the interventricular pressure also decreases very much, right? At this time, the atrium is filled with the blood, so the pressure in the atrium is greater than the pressure in the ventricle, right? Then the mitral valve become open. That is another phase. That is the other phase, that is rapid filling phase. Now we come to the rapid filling phase. What happens in the rapid filling phase? When atrium is filled with blood, the pressure in the atrium is greater than the pressure in the ventricle, and this force will open the mitral valve and blood is rapidly rushes into the left ventricle, right? This is rapid filling phase. Okay, the next phase is the reduced filling phase. Reduced filling phase, also known as diastasis. Okay. After the rapid filling phase, the ventricle gets filled with the blood and the interventricular pressure is rises, and this leads to the reduced filling phase, right? This is all about the cardiac cycle. Okay. Then we just recap all the things we discussed. First is rapid filling phase. Phases of cardiac cycle. Phases of cardiac cycle. The first phase is rapid filling phase. The second phase is slow filling phase. And the third phase is atrial systole. The atrial systole is not much important when the person is resting state, but the atrial systole is important when the person doing exercise, right? At the normal state, the rapid filling phases occur, right? The fourth phase is isovolumetric contraction phase. The fifth phase is maximum ejection phase. Maximum ejection phase. And the sixth phase is low ejection, slow ejection phase. And the seventh is isovolumetric relaxation phase, and the last phase is after slow ejection, the protodiastolic phase. Protodiastolic phase. After that, isovolumetric relaxation phase. After the isovolumetric relaxation, rapid filling. This cycle is repeating. Right? This is all about the cardiac cycle. Okay.